I have never really worked on a diagonal flower farm, and I feel like this is gonna be a big mess. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel, and also welcome back to my island called Sycamore. This is an island that's like a transition to fall. You can kind of see the vibes here. I'm using a bunch of like the fall colors, so we're using orange and yellow and red and brown, but also we do still have a bunch of green trees around, which I absolutely love, and this island's been a big joy for me to work on. And as you might be able to see on my map in the bottom right corner or here, it is very close to being done. Like the map itself, I think, is pretty much complete. There's just a couple of areas that I still kind of need to work on a bit. One of those areas is this right here, my Nook's Cranny basically. And then I already got started on a tiny little picnic to the front here. And I wanted to try one of those diagonal flower farms. I don't really understand these because like you always end with the custom design kind of being cut off. So this still needs a little bit of work, but I thought, you know what, this is big enough of an area for me to actually sit down and maybe record a little video. And so here we are. We are going to try our best to kind of work on all of this. And I also would like to actually bring a tiny little orchard to this side. And hopefully by the end of this, at least this part down here will be filled up. I don't know how far we're going to continue this upstairs, because this is also including another villager house. But for now, let's go ahead and focus on my Nook's Cranny. So I think the first thing that I will do is just kind of figure out some parts of the layout. I do believe that I wanted to bring this flower farm a tiny bit more towards the front, just because this up here seems to be a little bit more to the front. So let's just go ahead and get started on that. So essentially we're just going to be using the corner pieces of like a 9-tile path, and then those kind of continue onwards like this. I don't exactly know how far I want to bring this to the bottom though. Like, I feel like this piece here is kind of too much. Like as soon as it gets too close to the pathing, we're not going to be able to hide that anymore, and then that might make it weird. But we might just add another tiny little row here. Okay, so maybe somewhat like this, and now let's get the bottom corners as well. See, if we do it like this, I feel like that's kind of a nice line over here. All right, and then the next thing I want to do, I think, is plant a couple of trees. So I don't have a lot of starts left anymore, but I'm going to get everything I can. And I'm also going to grab peaches and, no, actually wait, oranges and pears for the little orchard. And then I'm just going to go around and start digging holes wherever I think a tree could make sense. Okay, we're definitely going to start with one like here or a tile further to the right, but I think that's kind of nice. And then one over there. And then I'm wondering if like we should sometimes remove a little bit of this pathing to have more trees there. Let's move this over, and instead we're going to add one over here, I think. All right, let's try a regular like hardwood sapling to the front and a cedar sapling towards the back there. I kind of almost want to try one tree like right there. I don't know if that'll look very weird though, because we obviously do have to remove the custom design. Okay, and then maybe there will be another tree like there, and we'll move the white tulip somewhere else instead. Okay, a few trees planted. We'll see how that actually turns out. You can also put one here and maybe there. This could also be a tree. And I think I want to have a tiny one here by the picnic as well. Maybe a little bit further to the front. It can be like a second stage, but it doesn't hide too much of the area in the background. Okay, since I know that this one will be second stage, I will also put down a little custom design to remind myself of this in the future when I go time traveling. And then if we have a tree here, I think it'd be great to have a backdrop somewhere else. So like kind of maybe there. Wait, that's the same line as that. So, well, we could have one here. Or if I want to keep that a little bit more open, I can also maybe bring this further to the left. So the day that I've chosen for this island is around like the 18th and 19th of October, which gives me like a good mixture of different tree colors. But right now, I don't really know how these will turn out, so we might have to reposition a couple of them. I think we'll do this one as a cedar, and then maybe both other ones are going to be hardwood, and then this is going to be cedar. All right, so we will put a sapling here, and maybe here also. This might be, actually this might be too much like a double tree, so we're gonna make this a cedar sapling instead. Okay, cedar sapling. And then I think this will be a hardwood. We'll have to kind of see if this will be too thick of a forest. I still want to be able to like walk around and stuff, but I think it'll be fine. And then I don't know about the tree sizes just yet. So that'll be kind of, yeah, we'll see about that. And then let's also think about like a little orchard moment over here. Now I think we should bring the fence further over to the side here, and then we can kind of just get started planting a couple of trees around. I'm gonna check where I can even plant trees. And I want these to be like a mixture, I think, of orange and pear trees, because I just really like the orange and green together. All right, so I think these are some good tree spots maybe. I'm not sure they should all be fully grown though, because that will probably, yeah, they'll probably cover each other too much. But let's go ahead and start planting, and then we'll kind of see how it turns out. And then maybe we can just break this up with a cedar tree to the front here, and maybe like here also. And I guess this could be a tree, which means we might have to move this one further back. All right, then I'll just go ahead and complete this fence. And I also think we actually need to add a little bit more down here too. And then since I'm kind of stuck here now anyways, I think I will just take this opportunity to go time travel. And I will just start by skipping 2 days for now. All right, let's see. Wow, okay, trees already change everything so much. And now we'll also see the colors. We do have a very green one here and to the front also. It doesn't seem like these over here are very, very green, but there's a couple in there that are like a little bit green. I think that'll be fine. And then we don't really have a lot of green over here, just kind of this one in the back. Okay. All right, so seeing this now, I think I can probably decide a little bit better which ones I want to stun. And then I think back here, this one would be nice as a fully grown, and maybe these two here will be like third stage, which means this one should be like a different stage to the third stage. We're gonna let the cedar tree fully grow. We might add some more trees in the back here, you know, just because. Do we think maybe that should just be like a second stage? Okay, I'm gonna have to stunt it towards the side here just for now so it doesn't stop the cedar tree from growing. And then maybe this here can be a third stage. All right, the cedar tree will be third stage. I think maybe these two we also should stun right now. I do want to check once they're all kind of grown if any of the second stage hardwood trees are going to be like too repetitive. And then this one is going to be a third stage for sure. This one's going to fully grow, and maybe this one also is going to be a third stage. And as for this area over here, I might go ahead and see what this looks like when they're all fully grown. I do kind of worry though for Anchovy's place that the tank is going to be covered. It might be okay though. I actually kind of still want to add another tree like here or one more to the front. Yeah, some type of tree here. That could be like a third stage hardwood maybe, which means it is time to skip yet another day. We've got some slightly interesting lighting today, but I think we can probably still decide this. Okay. Oh my God. All right. This is definitely looking a bit more foresty now, but I think that's kind of okay. I don't mind that. So let's go ahead and get started on stunting the trees that I marked with a 3. Okay, I don't know how this orchard situation will play out. I feel like we're gonna have to do something different to the side here, but then this frame here, so like up until that tree, that might be okay. If those are all fully grown with like fruits on them, then that might just be fine. I think I've kind of stunted everything over here that I need to. So now it's kind of time to look at like the, I guess, more or less finished result in terms of the tree growth, and then we'll have to make a couple decisions there. Okay, let's see all of these trees. So there we go. There's like the orchard moment. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about it. I do not know how to feel about it. Also, I do think the cedar tree might actually be a little bit too much. Like it might be distracting. Okay, I think this one here will be an orange tree instead. And maybe this one here will just be like a third stage. And I think this one here will just be like a second stage cedar tree. And maybe also this one here should be just a third stage. Yeah, I think this is much better actually. We still have this very large tree towards the front, obviously, which kind of covers a lot, but I think with a couple of decorations around, that'll be kind of cute actually. Now, this might have to be like a pear tree though. Okay, there we go. And then this is an orange tree, which I think is okay. And you kind of still see the tank. And if this is like a third stage hardwood, I also believe that that's okay. Anything else, I think I'm actually totally fine with. I mean, I kind of like the fact that if you stand here for your picnic, you still see Nook's Cranny perfectly in that opening. I do wish it didn't have the Halloween decorations around the time when I play, but like this does not have bad, this kind of view, you know? Actually, that's making me think we could have a tree stump in that spot right there. We can just use one of our fruit trees. Let's go ahead and put the orange tree here. There we go. And then let's go ahead and chop it. Very cute, yes. And now we just have, I mean, we do have a little bit of this as a big opening, but it's not that many tiles, you know. We could add another like tulip here and here. Oh, and then this tree here can also be stunted now. And then like depending on what we do back here, this could also still be like a tulip, I think. All right, I mean better, but I do think this will need a ton of work. I especially don't like the parts where you see like the fence so clearly. So I don't know if we need to incorporate like a storage shed there, or like a storefront or a transportation stop or something. Oh, and then I do have orange and pear boxes. Let's go and get those and also incorporate them. Yeah, I mean, you know, the idea is there, but like that's definitely not great, especially with the tree kind of glitching into that so much, which does kind of make me think that I don't know what to put here though. Okay, and then for the orchard, I want to try just adding a few like dirt tiles, which we can then place like the boxes and stuff on. So I guess something kind of like this. And then I did get like the bottle crates. And then of course I brought the cardboard boxes as well. It'd be somewhat cute, just kind of stacked in a few different places maybe. I actually might kind of like this storefront there, nestled in between the two trees. You can't really see like the edges, and so it might just be like a little shed situation. I did bring like a barrel as well, so let's try and put that one in also. And then I have this wooden box that's kind of cute, but you can see like a ton of gapping in all of these areas, which isn't the best. Or what if we place that like here? Or maybe we'll make that over there the barrel. Okay, maybe barrel behind it, and then so that you don't see that bit of sky there, because I feel like, see, this type of gapping is what really annoys me when I build stuff. So how about we add something else to the front here? And then we can add like a wheat field somewhere in the back to kind of hide that part. Or do we not like the wooden box and we'd rather want that to be maybe like a stool? I feel like it's something round. Oh, and then I remember I actually got a ladder like this, or we could craft one that you can actually climb a cliff up. Okay, wait, never mind. I don't have any... Hi, Flurry. Oh, she's mesmerized by the pipe. She's like, what is this? It is magic. It delivers you to my flower storage beach. All right, but yeah, so we could also go ahead and craft one of the ones that you actually use to climb up into any cliffs. Is this a full tile? This is a full tile. Okay, I do have a fully grown shrub that I could maybe plant there. There we go. Oh yeah, that totally takes care of the issue from the front. Okay, perfect. So now I just need to find a little like cute stool or something like that. I do have a leaf stool. Oh, or would we want this to be the ladder maybe? Okay, the ladder is very, very tall, but not bad. It does seem like maybe a little bit too tall though. Or maybe we'll just kind of place it towards the front like this so it actually reaches like into the tree with like a wooden box behind it. This will be like a flower or something. Let me try the red one maybe. I think we need to incorporate a little bit more red like throughout, and then it'll be okay actually. Because I mean the doors to Nook's Cranny are red, so I kind of like that. We have a little bit of red over here with the apple. We can go ahead and include a couple of red flowers. I was also just thinking we could change that like bottle crate into red, but then both of the reds would be like in the very same spot. The only thing we could do is change this here to a bottle crate in red. Then we'll put the fruit basket on here. And so that way we have a little bit of red all throughout. And then this over here will just change to like the orange and pear boxes. Okay, I feel like that's not too bad, especially also with this apple tree in the front. And then, like I said, a couple of red flowers might really help. Let's find something for on top of the other surfaces. I feel like the cutting board could be really cute here, but I'm pretty sure I don't have that recipe. Maybe we'll just get another fruit basket for over here, and then this will be the cutting board. Those are both things I will have to actually get from a treasure island though. Alrighty, I also just got a cruiser bike from my pockets that might be like cute somewhere here by the picnic. Probably actually just in front of this tree here. There we go. I brought some of these stacked shopping baskets to maybe just put them in front of Nook's Cranny right there. I do think the orange ones are a little bit too aggressive. And then I brought a few things with me that might work a little bit better over here. So the one idea I had was to put like a big desk type of thing. Probably not the desk itself, but there's like a few other items that might work here. And then we can put a few things on top of it. I don't know if I like that though. Or I also kind of brought the wood partition, maybe just to further like cross this off. I don't hate this, but I would have to put this all throughout, which I kind of can't. So I feel like that's also out of the question. And then I brought like a low table, which is also the same concept as the other table thing, you know, just a surface to add more stuff on top of it. And then I was thinking about maybe the log bench, potentially our best bet. And then we can try and incorporate like a couple of wheat fields and just items to, I think, distract from the general like emptiness right now. Looking at this now, maybe it would be better if those two trees are just switched. And if that looks good, I wouldn't have to worry about a sapling. Honestly, both of those could actually be fully grown, and then we'll just stunt the cedar tree and both of the hardwood trees will fully grow. All right, this area I feel like will be trickier than I anticipated, really. I don't know how people do these because I'm really running into like a couple of issues where I just hate like all of the gaps that appear, or I would literally have to place something in every single spot and then this would be like a laggy nightmare, and also I would probably just cover all of the flowers as well. Okay, maybe I'll just have to remove that one tulip so I can put the barrels here and then put something else there also. Oh wait, maybe that is good. Okay, I just removed the last row here and put the storefront in. Maybe this is okay. I'll get like some flowers for on top of this and some other item like here. And then maybe it's nice if there's just a little bit of item stuff in the center there, and then out towards the side, it gets like a little bit less. My god, I was just thinking about how cute would it be if I was able to place like a basket on top of this, you know, like the veggie basket, but with like pink tulips in it. Oh, that would be so pretty. Okay, I brought some books for maybe on top of this, and then I did like the stacked bags kind of here. And I also brought this pot here, which does always make me think of like 1.0 items, but it might also not be the worst, although it also could be actually like a little bit big. Maybe that's a little bit big, but what I also brought was a flimsy shovel, because I thought that one in front of this, cute. Maybe we'll go for some like potted starter plants instead. The lilies don't make any sense with the tulip farm, you know? And then that one's just a little bit, maybe a little bit too small. It also kind of is a little cute, but I don't like the fact that there's like a white tulip right there. Okay, maybe that's better. I think I kind of like this little item display here. I feel like the books and stuff hide the gapping with the storefront just enough. So now we just kind of have this gap here to worry about, plus of course the one behind Nook's cranny. I could put like a storage shed there somewhere, not in pink obviously. I mean, this kind of hurts my eyes, not gonna lie. But then that would completely block it off, but I don't know if that's the vibe I want to go for. Before we do anything, let's go and get the rest of the trees grown. So like these back here, and then I also still had the small one here to the front and this one, and jump back to the correct date, so like the 19th or something, and then we're going to look at this area again. Okay, there we go. That should be all of the trees now fully grown. I like that you can kind of see a little bit of the hardwood tree back behind the Nook's cranny also. And now we can also kind of see the different shades of like tree colors, I think. I mean, these two being green here, I don't know how I feel about that particularly, but I think it's also kind of okay. Why don't we try to figure out a couple more items for back here before we then go over to probably doing a couple of like the detail decorations. Okay, how do we kind of feel about this? I just randomly put this down. I was like, that's not gonna look good at all. I mean, the tree is glitching through it a little bit, but I feel like I actually don't hate that, surprisingly. Or maybe we should bring back the storage shed after all. Oh, maybe this is better just because it doesn't, like, you don't see the tree glitch. Okay, I don't think I want to go for the green version. I do still have a brown one also though. Or I've got yellow and red as well. Actually, maybe this is kind of okay. We'll put like a different design on there, maybe just like a little print. I'll just plop like a shrub in between here so this part is also filled and I don't have to worry about this. I have a feeling there might be like a cute flower farm design that I might want to put there instead, but I think I like this. I think this is kind of a good idea. Now I'm asking myself if it makes sense to kind of continue the storefront kind of trend. Maybe I will at least put one like here. Yep, I think that might be a good idea. That in brown with like another one just behind it. The barrel in front, we'll need to figure something out for this part right here. Or how about that entire part? Oh my god, look at all those cute butterflies right now. That is adorable. How about this part just being a few wheat fields? Okay, so we would just plop them on every like full tile pretty much. So there's 1, 2, and 3. plus maybe another one like halfway in front of this. All right, okay, I don't hate it. Let's pretend this isn't a sapling because for like the final tour, I believe that I would just remove that. And then maybe this can be like a bench or something else with stuff on top of it. Okay, I'm gonna take a step back from this for a second. I've been working on that wheat field and bench part for like a long time. I kind of like the start of it. Like, I feel like this is what I want to do, but it's just, it's like the right item combination hasn't clicked just yet. I'm going to move on because I did bring a Zen cushion. I think that's kind of cute. And then I did bring a tiny library, which still also has to be customized like many other things as well. But that one also might be adorable by the picnic. That's really cute. I really like this. Okay, and then I think we are actually just gonna let this tree grow or like exchange those two cedar trees. You know, so we just have the fully grown ones in the back and then like a smaller in front. And then we don't have to worry about having to stun anything here. Okay, I might throw on some Modern Family now and work on a couple of customizations and also like pathing underneath certain objects. In case you are interested in this entire full process, I think I will also upload like a no commentary long play on my second channel called Sparks Be Unwind. That one will be linked down below, so in case you're interested in that, feel free to check it out, and I will see you again when I have incorporated a couple of those things. Okay, most things I think are customized, and there's also a code underneath quite a few of these things, so I just am missing a couple of items like on these diagonal lines here, and then the rest of this I think we're just gonna fill with yeah, the usual, you know, shrubs, weeds, flowers, all that stuff, although flowers will be kind of interesting with the flower farm. But so I'm still kind of working around this little bit here, and then I brought a couple other things such as like a hand card and a hose reel that kind of seem a bit farmy, so I think I want to try and use those as well. Okay, maybe the hose reel kind of here by the garden shed, and then we'll put the hand cart more like over here maybe. I'm also not quite happy with this part just yet. I did bring like another sideways barrel that might work as well, but I feel like that's too rustic. Let's put some of the bags over here, and I brought another elephant watering can. That might be cute. And then maybe I can also go ahead and like drop a flower somewhere. Oh, the spacing is quite weird though, because it obviously doesn't drop them in the center of these diagonal lines because those are all like corner pieces. Maybe we'll have to work with the round pillow, which I always quite like for keeping things kind of, yeah, I don't know, close to the ground, I guess. Oh, and I brought a bunny as well, because these would be very cute, right? Actually, I think I want to have another bunny. I'm not sure about the pillow though. And then I also brought this wooden stool because I thought if we customize it with a nice little print on it and like darker wood and then drop like a flower bag, that might be kind of cute. Okay, I think I like it with that pillow, but I am going to use one of the like paper bags instead. I'll drop like a balloon or something. Oh yeah, see, I have some Nook ink balloons left, or bean tossing kits are also great. There we go. Okay, I think that's kind of cute. Oh, maybe wooden box and wooden stool is nice, just in different customizations and with something on top, which I don't quite know what that's gonna be, but I'm sure we can find something. Let's see. Was that a rhyme? Okay, wooden box with the potted starter plants, and then I have an idea for the wooden stool as well, but I don't have that item either. But maybe the little bamboo lunch box, as though someone is actually taking their little lunch break over there. Ooh, I like the radio, I think. I have a carrot bagel sandwich. That looks pretty delicious, honestly. Okay, very orange. Let's try the tomato bagel instead. Okay, I quite like that one. That looks very good, actually. Or one of my favorites, the brown sugar cupcakes. I mean, those are kind of a staple, you know, but I feel like the bagel is winning for me. All right, I think I really like this. Now, there is like a tiny bit of gapping here where the storefront is, but I think I'm actually kind of okay with that. Obviously, I'm gonna have to continue this a little bit further up the cliff, but for down here, I think this is actually quite nice. I also quite like this picnic. I think this is also kind of fine in terms of like all the details. And then here's the orchard, which I also quite like. And now we just need to add all those details. So I'm gonna get a pocket full of like pretty much all the flowers I can find, and we're gonna start spreading everything around. Actually, change of plans before we do that. We're gonna start spreading around some wheat fields and fencing, of course. Okay, we have quite a few wheat fields back there. I do think we're gonna need something to the front here, and definitely by the orchard also. Like back here. and then over here, and also here to the front. In terms of fencing, I think I want to actually use the green one because I haven't used this much before, but I think it really works well with like our color scheme. And I kind of want to see if I can cover some of these parts with that also. See, I think I kind of can. But placing them like that is probably weird. I mean, maybe this isn't bad as kind of like an opening, but then we still have like this issue right here, which I kind of can't really get rid of right now. And I feel like a shrub would be too much. That would just increase the feeling of like a barrier kind of. Maybe this will just be another wheat field moment, to be honest. All right, and now let's go and get some flowers. Let's see how far we get with these. I even got a couple of like orange flowers and tulips, but I'm probably not going to use them like around this part. I feel like I don't even want to use any flowers around this farm at all, so I'm going to try to get away with just a couple of shrubs here. I think decorating around a flower farm is probably one of my least favorite things because it takes like one of the major things I always use to decorate away from me. And then I'm always kind of left struggling and trying to figure out what do I usually even use and like what are alternatives, you know? Maybe I can drop some more fruit around this part so that the flowers won't be too repetitive. All right. Honestly, I think I've kind of covered all the tiles, but it felt a little bit weird because I was like almost on autopilot. I don't think I talked through that entire period of time. So if that was just a jump from like everything empty to everything full, I apologize. I felt like I had to concentrate for that part. I did find this book, or I still had this book, and I thought maybe that could be like a good idea for the picnic here. And then, I mean, I'm gonna try and make sure that all like the sugarcane stuff that I've planted actually grows. And then I will probably see you for more or less the finished result. And here we are. So I'm not 100% sold on like this little part right here, but I will say that that might change depending on what I do for Timbra's house. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Apart from that though, there should be something everywhere. I have used a bunch of flowers to kind of fill the space, but hopefully also not overcrowded. Here is the orchard moment. We've got a few boxes in between, and I think I'm kind of happy with how the trees are now framed. Obviously there's our Nook's Cranny with a couple of boxes in front, or you know, the shopping baskets. Then we have a little bit of nature stuff towards the front. Of course, our big flower farm. That was like the main attraction, I feel like. I did switch around a few of these shrubs over here. And then here is the picnic. I think I'm quite happy with it. The fillers were a little bit weird just because flower farms are, you know, they always limit the types of flowers or like the amount of flowers that you can use around it. But all in all, I think this turned out pretty much the way I hoped it would and the way I pictured. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that maybe this was somewhat inspirational to you. Maybe some of you are also going to try to create a diagonal flower farm. If you do, please let me know how you hide these little edges here. Make sure that you give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe so that you don't miss any of my future videos. And then thank you all so much for watching, and I will hopefully see you in my next video. Bye everyone!